Hey guys, I have now been riding the 2021 Rocky Mountain Altitude for, maybe close to a year now. I was so excited when this bike came out, and I've already done a review on it. So just to bring you up to speed really quick, this is Rocky Mountain's long travel trail bike. It comes with a 170 millimeter fork and a 160 millimeter rear suspension, and you can get it in either 29-inch wheel size or 27.5. So if you're a size small or a medium, it comes in a 27.5 wheel size. If you're a large or extra large, it comes in 29er wheel size, same bike. The medium, however, which I'm 5'8", 145 pounds, the medium fits me. The medium, you can choose your wheel size. You can either do 27.5 or 29-inch wheel size. So I've always liked my long travel bikes for when I'm riding more sketchy terrain. I've liked the smaller wheel size because I just feel like the rear wheel isn't getting up into my business as much, and you know, I just like how nimble the smaller wheel size feels. But then I kind of miss that 29er wheel because it gives you a lot of confidence to look up there and see a 29er. So today we're going to talk about how I turned my 27.5 wheel size Rocky Mountain Altitude into a mullet. Let me tell you real quickly who today's sponsor is. It's Lab Austere Hip Packs. They've been sponsoring the channel now for a couple months, and it's been a really huge help for me to keep making videos like this. If you're not familiar with Lab Austere Hip Packs, I wear this hip pack on every ride I go on. It's a minimalist hip pack, so it doesn't take up a lot of space, and it certainly doesn't ride on your back the way a backpack or most hip packs ride. It kind of hangs off of you like a construction worker's tool belt, and that's the magic and the beauty behind this hip pack. It only brings along the essentials: a tube, an air chuck, some CO2s, you know, some snacks if you need it, and then there's a spot for 2 water bottles. I love that there's no loops that you have to loop over the top of your water bottle, or no weird elastic thing that makes it hard to get it in and out of the water bottle holder. You just pull it out, take a drink, shove it right back in there. You can reholster your water bottle really easily with this Lab Austere hip pack. That's what sets it apart from any other hip pack I've used, and the fact that it rides off of my back like a construction worker's tool belt. It's magic. I don't get all sweaty, and it's not annoying. I don't even notice it's there. It's incredible. And that's really what makes a product good, the one that you don't even notice is there. So right now, Lab Austere is offering our viewers 25% off discount using the promo code YUMYUM at checkout. There's a link to Lab Austere hip packs in the description just below this video. Now, Rocky Mountain mullet, the multitude, the Rocky Mountain altitude mullet. I dropped the fork down to 160 millimeters. So I dropped 10 millimeters lower on the fork in an effort to accommodate that taller 29-inch wheel, right? I had these wheels custom built for me. 29er in the front, dropped the fork down 10 millimeters down to 160. So now I'm 160 in the front, 160 in the rear. The reason why the Rocky Mountain Altitude works so well you got to start with a 27.5 wheel size bike. So if you're going to start with a 29er, I don't really know how that's going to work for sure. I started with a 27.5 wheel size bike and then added the 29er. But the reason why the Altitude works so well is because Rocky Mountain has the Ride9 technology. This little flip chip that has 9 different positions that you can just make these micro adjustments with the rear shock. In the stock setting on a factory, just normal stock altitude, with the Ride9 setting in the steepest position, you'd be a 65.5 degree head tube angle and a 76.5 degree seat tube angle, right? Well, if you put it in the slackest setting, it drops it an entire degree. So it slackens it to 64.5 degrees up front and 75.5 degrees in the back. So I have it in the steepest setting, so 65.5 and 76.5. Then I drop the suspension down 10 millimeters in the front with a 160 fork, put the taller 29-inch wheel on there, and in the steepest setting, I think I'm measuring right at where it would have been if it was in the slackest setting, right? With where I'm at right now with the customization to the bike, I think I'm in that slackest setting kind of configuration. So 64.5 in the front, 75.5 in the back, and the bike absolutely rails. I love it. Looking out when you're riding and seeing that 29-inch wheel in the front just gives you visually just more confidence and more traction, and just I like it. It just rolls over stuff more. I just feel more confident. I spend so much time riding 29-inch bikes that when I get back on an actual 27.5-inch wheel size bike, I kind of miss that bigger wheel. So I love having it up there. And then in the back, I have this smaller wheel that just stays out of the way a little bit more. When I get down on some steeper terrain, I get off the back of the bike more, I don't ever worry about getting my butt hung up into this thing. It still feels really sporty and really fast compared to other bikes in this category, you know, like the Yeti SB 150, the Pivot Firebird, a bunch of these other like long travel, 160 mil travel bikes. This one still feels pretty sporty, and I really value that in a bike, something that handles all trails, even slower trails, really well. I've had this on so many different variety of trails. I know my footage is always just the same stuff I ride here in Corner Canyon, but I've had this on tons of different trails over the last almost year now, and it just gives me so much confidence. I love it. You know, they've been making motorcycles with mixed wheel size, you know, motorcycles for years and years and years. I don't know what the disadvantage is. I mean, I guess there's this idea that the 29-inch wheel in the back has greater rollover, and I mean, maybe you're wondering, do I feel it getting hung up in the back? It's like, I don't know, maybe the 29er rolls are a little bit faster, but I don't race and I'm just here for fun, and this is a more fun bike. I have one buddy who does race some enduro races, and he rides a mullet and he loves it, and he's been switching from 29 to this mullet idea, and man, I just think it's fun to try something different. I know the Santa Cruz Bronson is now being offered. It's a mullet bike, and there's a bunch of other bikes that are mullets. In any case, whether this is a mullet, a 29 or a 27.5 wheel size bike, I love it in all the configurations. I've enjoyed it the most as a mullet. You can get this bike right now from UtahMountainBiking.com in Lehi, Utah. Mike is the owner. He has multiple altitudes in stock. I know the 2022 version is slightly different. I think all the forks now come with a Fox 38 instead of 36, and it has the new Fox Flow X shock, where I have the DPX2 back here that I think they've done away with at this point. The new 2022 model comes in like a green and black color and an orange and black color, as I can tell from the computer. I haven't seen it in person yet, but man, when I saw this bike, the purple and the red and the black, I just loved it. I had to have it. So for me, I don't think you can do any better for a bike, for a long travel bike. For me, this has been as much fun as I've ever had on a bike. I love how quick the back end comes around. The front end gives me a ton of confidence. I'm not sure if a mullet's right for you. I didn't know how much the industry would embrace this new mixed wheel size type bike. I thought a year ago that a lot of companies would really embrace it. It looks like Santa Cruz is doing it. There's a couple other brands that are doing it. I know Transition just had a bike come out that's going to be just a mullet. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, if you're 6 foot tall or taller and you ride a large or an extra large, would you never consider a mixed wheel size bike? Would you only consider a 29er? It's hard to say for sure. At 5'8", I can tell you there is an advantage. I like how the bike rides. You got to try one for yourself somehow. I don't know, go demo one. I know it's hard to demo bikes now. It's September of 2021, coming out of this pandemic, hopefully. But anyway, I want to share my thoughts with you. The mullet feels quicker. The tire gets out of my way more. It feels a little more sporty. I like it better personally. I like it better personally than the just 29 front and rear. Sometimes I feel like I'm sitting on top of the bike a little too much, where this bike, I feel like I'm down in the bike a little bit more. Not some super hard data on mullets, but I want to share my experience with you. I've got hundreds of miles on it now, and I plan to keep riding mullet bikes. So would you guys ride a mullet bike? Let me know down in the comments down below. And yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in on this one. If you have any questions, put it in the comment section down below. I'm happy to answer. I've got a ton of miles and time on mullet bikes, and I think for shorter guys, definitely shorter guys, I don't think there's any downside to moving from a full 27.5 bike up to a mixed wheel size bike like this with the 29er up front. I don't see any downside. I think maybe if anything's going to happen, and in total speculation, I don't know, obviously, maybe we see 27.5 bikes start to go away. And now you have either full 29ers or these mixed wheel size, 29 in the front, 27 in the rear for the shorter people who are on size mediums and small and extra small bikes. There's a ton of advantage. Sorry, I keep rambling here, but there is a ton of advantage of having the 29er out front. It just visually gives you more confidence. It rolls over stuff better. And when I get back onto a 27.5 wheel size front tire, I just feel a little sketch in the sketchiest terrain. I feel a little sketchy. I feel like I get wheel trapped more, and this will just roll through some holes better, stuff like that. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Again, if you have questions, put it down below. Always happy to answer. Go get yourself a Lab Austere hip pack. You won't regret it. And yeah, call Mike at Utah Mountain Biking. He has Rocky Mountains in stock, dozens of them. Call him and he'll get you one. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Yeah, it just makes all those corners just nice and tidy.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's so fun. I know this is a mullet video, but man, this Rocky Mountain altitude's just so good. So good. For a long travel bike, it still has pretty good trail manners. Meaning you don't have to be like mobbing it the whole time to have a good time. Damn it, I messed up my little manual section, dang it. Damn it, I messed up my little manual section, dang it. Oh, dude, in the big berms, dude, you railed it so freaking hard, dude.
Oh, so good there.
You're gonna love watching that back.